I really appreciate the opportunity to be here with you tonight. I don't know how many of you know this, but I actually went to junior high and high school here in Olympia, over in West Olympia, and Mom and Dad are here tonight, so it's great to be here with my mom and dad. And actually, I just came from Tacoma, where I spent the afternoon with a bunch of volunteers, and my two sisters were there. So it's been a great day to be campaigning with the family, and that makes it even more special. What I'd like to do in the next few minutes is just talk to you about why I want this job, why I would like to be governor, and what I think that we could accomplish together. And when I look at the way the state is right now, when we look at the fact that we live in a state where 20 to 25% of our ninth graders will not graduate from high school, when I look at the fact that we live in a state where 30 to 50% of ninth graders of color will not graduate from high school, we live in a state that has the 4th worst traffic in America, the 8th highest unemployment in America, a state where homelessness is exploding onto our sidewalks and streets, and where our mental health system is ranked 50th. 50th. And where, by almost every environmental measure over the last 4 years, salmon recovery, steelhead and salmon runs have fallen backwards. Who among us thinks we can't do better than that? We can. We can do better than that. And that's why I want to be governor. And I want to start with education. Because I grew up in a very rural school district, I said we went to junior high and high school here in Olympia, but before 7th grade, I lived out in Hoodsport. And Dad was a teacher out of Hoodsport, and then he became a teacher out here in North Thurston. But I really, through 7th grade, went to a very rural school district out on the Olympic Peninsula on the Skokomish Reservation. And it's because of that experience that I want to make sure that every kid, regardless of where they grow up, regardless of what school district they attend, gets an education that gives them an equal chance to get ahead. And that's not the case today. Right now in Washington State, because we're so reliant on local property tax levies, the quality of education a kid gets too often depends upon their zip code or what school district they attend. If you go to school in a very wealthy school district, your kids are going to have opportunities that kids in more rural or economically disadvantaged districts do not have. And that is not only unconstitutional, but it's morally wrong. And I am going to dedicate whatever political capital I have to, over the course of my first 4 years, building an education system that gives every kid an equal chance to get ahead. I want to be a governor who understands that there's much more to Washington State than just the Bainbridge to Bellevue corridor. In Bainbridge to Bellevue corridor, unemployment is about 4%. As I said, statewide, our unemployment is the 8th highest in America. We're right up there with West Virginia. And that's because communities like where I was born, down in Lewis County, the unemployment rate is between 8 and 8.5%.